Hey guys, Kev Collects here, and it's time for another awesome action figure review. And today I'm very lucky to have gotten two of the Suicide Squad DC Multiverse figures from GameStop. So yeah, it's funny. I was just like checking. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I like harp on just searching stuff up and everything, kind of seeing because ever since I saw that, like, I guess Indonesia got the Suicide Squad figures kind of like right off the get, like right when they were kind of like officially like shown for pre-order, they were just like all of a sudden popping up in the stores over there. Um, which DC Multiverse tend to appear there very soon, but basically yeah, just like saw it. So I was like searching up every couple of days. I would search up, and then finally one day I was just like, let me just check GameStop for fun, because I know sometimes they release stuff early, and then lo and behold, GameStop just had them in stock. At first I was like, oh, maybe it's a glitch in the system, it's like kept reloading, and then finally I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna purchase them. And lo and behold, later that day they shipped, and here we are. So yeah, so I have been on a little bit of a binge lately, just like buying things. So I didn't really want to buy a bunch. I kind of wanted to play with test the waters first, and of course I was gonna get my girl Harley, which this review is going to be about. But I also had to get Peacemaker just because I like the idea of this character, especially because the new Suicide Squad comics are talking about him. He's like one of the team members and everything, like one of the main team members. And I don't know, I kind of like him. I kind of like that kind of vigilante standpoint he has and everything, that he will just do anything for peace. You know what I mean? I think it's cool, and especially because we're getting a TV show on him that actually I think just wrapped filming. So cool, right? But yeah, so I wanted to get these two for now, but then I'm not gonna lie, I kind of caved in, and I did order Polka Dot Man and Bloodsport, which I'm both excited for both of them and everything. Polka Dot Man, I think visually is freaking awesome, and Bloodsport looks like a cool character, and in the comics as well, he has some cool kind of not powers necessarily, but his little skill set and everything's like just interesting, which I don't know if they're going to carry on into the movie, but apparently he can kind of like not manifest, but he can kind of have weapons just appear for him and everything. Like he can kind of like go into this like dimensional pocket and just get weapons. But from the comics, it's kind of like Amanda Waller's helping him out with that, so I don't know how that necessarily works, like if she's using some kind of method to send them to him. So I don't know if it's necessarily his skill set, but still, I'm excited to see if they're going to do something like that in there. But anyways, yeah. But like I said, this is going to be on Harley Quinn. Oh, and then by the way, I had to get him because I really want that King Shark. I really love him. I'm so excited, and yeah. But yeah, alright, so let's get into this. So, as you can see on the side, it says, upside down, whoops. It says Harley Quinn. The Suicide Squad has a Suicide Squad logo going on right here. It's pretty awesome, the matte to glossy finish. On the back here, we have a picture of Harley herself with the other characters at the bottom. We also have like the Build-A-Figure pieces and like what comes with what, blah, 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 and all the pieces, blah, blah, to make King Shark. So yeah, and then this side is Harley Quinn. And then obviously the figure on the front. Nothing really interesting on the top except the Suicide Squad little logo right there. And the bottom is just like barcode and everything. All right. So yeah. GameStop's actually have been showing these they have been showing up in GameStop stores lately too. So I mean, keep an eye out, if you don't want to order online. But I'm not gonna lie, you spend $35, you get two of these figures, you get free shipping, and it's usually like 1 to 3 days. So it's like you can't go wrong. I really do like how they're really up in their service when it comes to shipping too. Like, it's awesome. Alright guys, so I have Harley Quinn out of box, and I am absolutely loving this figure. Okay, so just give you guys a good idea. So here she is, alright, in all her Margot Robbie glory. And I'm not gonna lie, for $20 figure, it's a pretty good likeness. I do see Margot in there and everything, so I'm very pleased with that. In all honesty, this wasn't necessarily the costume I wanted them to go with and everything, but whatever, a figure is a figure. I still think it looks awesome. I just would have preferred probably that other outfit that she had on, with the kind of like little braids and everything, just because I thought that outfit was very detailed and cool and just very like comic inspired. And this one is more kind of just movie inspired and more kind of like movie plot focused. Yeah, because there is the moment when the dress is all like nice and awesome and her hair's all up and she's all like, woo, about to go to like a gala or something. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, just first impressions is really top notch. Really, really love this figure. And of course, as one of my favorite comic book characters in DC Comics and everything, actually she probably is my favorite DC comic book character. I'm floored. I'm so excited. So yeah, loving this figure. All right, so nice good look at the face and everything. So like I said, does look a lot like Margot Robbie, which is pretty awesome. I'm loving the little pigtails, you know, the red and the black. It's pretty cool. You know, I know everyone loves her with the little kind of like the higher pigtails and everything, but these kind of low pigtails are cool. It's kind of very reminiscent of when she was in Arkham Asylum for the first time and her hair was just kind of just like two little simple pigtails. That's that, period. So yeah, so I am kind of loving that. It's a little bit different. All right, and if you look on her face, she does have the heart tattoo. All right, so they didn't get rid of that, but she's not carrying the rotten anymore. That is something that I guess James Gunn and Harley Quinn James Gunn and Margot Robbie decided together to kind of just like opt out of. And you know what? I'm here for it. It's fine. I personally did love it though. I thought it was kind of cool and awesome. You know, it's very edgy. But you know what? The heart tattoo is cute enough. All right. So yeah. But yeah, again, look at the face. It does look a lot like Margot Robbie. I'm really loving that. All right, going a little lower now. We do have the little tattoo right here that does say Daddy's Little Monster. All right, and it's printed on there pretty nice. Over to the side, she has a little kind of like J tattoo. All right. Over to the back, she has a tattoo that was supposed to be property of Joker, but now it is property of no one. All right, so pretty sick. Right, I like how she's making those changes in her life. You know, she's kind of over the Joker, and like, you know what? Good for her, because that man is crazy. Even though I do love Joker, and I did love the Harley and Joker kind of like dynamic in the comics, you know, in retrospect, it is very unhealthy, and it was a very toxic relationship, and it wasn't even fun and cute to really kind of like talk about and go over in a movie. So, you know, yeah, so she's like a little more independent. I'm hoping we get Poison Ivy down the road. Please, I really want a Poison Ivy kind of romance. You know, Margot Robbie even said like, yeah, Poison Ivy. So, you know, hopefully. All right, and then going here, she has her little diamond kind of tattoo going around, right, with the black and the blue and the red. So it's pretty awesome. All right, she also has like these little kind of straps here that are supposed to be part of the dress. All right, and even going to the dress, it's cool. I mean, I think it's different. You know, I'm happy they kind of ripped it because it does make it look more kind of like fun and different and everything. And I know it's kind of part of the movie itself is her like kind of ripping it, but yeah, it's different. It's definitely much different. But yeah, so as you can see, it is all one piece. All right, and it's a softer plastic, but there is definitely a hard body underneath there. They're not like a little joint. There's an actual full-on body going on under there, so that's pretty awesome. I'm happy I did that. I didn't really kind of cheap out with that. You know, it's soft plastic too, so I mean, in terms of poseability, we'll get to that and everything, but I think it shouldn't be too limiting, hopefully. But yeah, and it is somewhat layered, so it's kind of cool. All right, going down to the legs now. So the legs do have the tattoos, you know, the usual kind of thing. She has a little like line work and everything. I guess those are days that she was in prison or something. Flipping her over and everything like that. All right, so it does say pudding cups because you changed it from pudding, so I love that. There's a little heart and everything there. There's also a little jester tattoo, so it's cool. I'm really loving that they kind of kept all those details in with the figure because I thought that was one of the most cool things about this version of Harley Quinn and everything is that she was just realistic. You know, she had tattoos, you know, she did stuff. It's like that's her story is all over her, and I love how it's still an evolving story with the character, so it's pretty cool. Right, going to the back of the dress, just letting you guys know there is like a little kind of like a corset kind of look and everything, so just have little like faux buttons right there, so that's pretty cute. All right, she has a double joint knees, all that jazz. All right, and then going down to the feet though, she does have a pair of cool combat boots, so I'm loving that. I'm wondering if that's a transition that she kind of goes through in the movie, like puts the combat boots on, maybe gets them from someone, or if it's something that she actually is wearing underneath the dress the whole time, because yeah, I don't know, but I really do like them. I think it's really cool and everything. It just makes us even look cooler. Like, just she a boss ass bitch. Like, she's ready to kick ass, and I love that about Harley Quinn. All right, so yeah, going over articulation now and everything. So her arms go up about that much. All right, doesn't really go any higher than that. And then with her head though, her head goes up pretty nice. It goes up about that much, not hindered by the hair whatsoever, which is pretty awesome. All right, and then she does look down pretty nice as well. Yeah, and the hair just like soft plastic just moves right out of the way. So that is pretty dope. All right, going back to the arms. Those are the arms are in a butterfly joint, so they can kind of go back and forth, which is really nice. All right, she does have a bicep swivel as well. Here's like go all the way around. She also has double jointed elbows. So sorry about that. The dog barks at like every little thing that like walks by. All right, so she does have double jointed elbows, which is pretty sick. I'm always happy when females have double jointed joints, just because, you know, it just makes them so much more dynamic in their posing, and I really stand for that. All right, especially characters I like. But that's what I love about the 7-inch line. They're able to really kind of do that without having it look too funky. All right, going to the torso though. So this is where there's a little issue. So she doesn't. So she moves back only a little and forward only a little. Like, there's really no movement there, and I don't even want to force it too much because I don't want to break the figure. Like, I just got it, but yeah, it's pretty stiff. So there might be a little issue with that down the road, but you know, we'll get to there. All right, going down to the legs. So the legs. All right, so the dress does hinder it, but the legs go out about that much. This one can obviously move up a little further, so she can't really do any kind of like high kick necessarily, but she can do a little like trip, like boop. Yeah, so it's a little unfortunate, but you know, which honestly, if we went with the other outfit, it probably would have been a little easier to pose her. But yeah, so then when it comes to the legs going forward though, so the one leg can go forward about that much. All right, so a little light kick, nothing crazy. This leg, you know, when you force it, can actually kind of do a decent kick too. All right, so you know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Yeah, let me see. And then she has the double joints. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Like I said, love double jointing. All right, so her knees can go pretty much. Yeah, if you kind of get her foot around the boot, this one can go up about like that much. All right, and then when it comes to the other leg, it's pretty hindered by the dress, but I mean, it can kind of shift over to the side outside the dress. You can kind of get it to go a little higher. So yeah, so articulation is definitely limiting, but you know, it just leaves the imagination to kind of go places. All right, and then going down to the, oh, you know what, actually, is there, okay, there's no kind of thigh swivel either. All right, so it's unfortunate. When it comes to the boots do not turn. There's no swivel there. All right. When it comes to the feet though, you know, the feet go down about that much. You can kind of look like she's like floating away, flying. They go up pretty nice. Like, that's actually pretty awesome. So that should help with some some kind of ways of posing. All right. And then of course we have that lovely toe pivot. She can be like peeking over the side or something like that, which is awesome. I love the toe articulation. That is like one of my favorite things they added. I know it looks corny with some, but for most it looks pretty awesome and it works really well. All right, and there also is a slight, I wouldn't even say pivot. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, there's like a weird articulation. It doesn't really do much. If you play with the ball, you could probably, yeah, I don't. Okay, that's an interesting joint. So yeah, there's some really questionable things going on with articulation. The feet just feel a little fragile to me, in a way. Like, they don't feel like fragile, but just like, I don't want to play around too much. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I'm still gonna try my best to get her to do something interesting or whatnot. I mean, like, with a little playing, you could definitely probably figure out some kind of cool way to get her positioned that she doesn't look too odd or awkward. Like, you know, you can kind of get her moving over to the side and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Going now to, I guess, accessories. We'll kind of jump into that. She does come with one accessory, and that's going to be her little javelin. It's a little warped from being in the package. An interesting thing about this is I'm thinking this is the javelin that comes with, or it's from Javelin, the character. So I'm assuming he's going to die and everything, which, you know, no surprise there. You don't really see much of him aside from like little small snippets. So he's part of the first team that goes out, that leads to the main team going out to kind of like pick up where they left off. So yeah, maybe they have a nice little friendship going on, and she just kind of takes this and it's just like, hey, you know what, mine now. But yeah, her hands do hold it pretty well though. All right, so she has a nice little grip. You don't really have to like worry too much about it falling out. All right, so you know, it's pretty cool. You know, you can do some cool little kind of like getting ready to impale someone with it type of look. You could even do like maybe like her holding it over her shoulder or something, getting ready to like kick some butt and stuff like that. But yeah, not the most detailed kind of thing. It's really just like a solid type of like brassy gold with little like light detailing going on, but barely anything that significant. But still, nice for her to get some kind of weapon. I just wish it could have been like a gun or something like that. But I know, like, I think there's a little thing with guns that they don't really want to go with. So, whatever. No biggie. But, I mean, regardless, I love this figure. I personally love this figure. I think it's so cool looking. I think it's fun. It definitely captures the likeness of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. It's definitely funky enough to really be a good Harley Quinn figure for your display. Yeah, it's pretty sick, guys. All right, and I definitely recommend trying to either get it from GameStop.com or even just like GameStop in stores. She does come with a stand, obviously, you know, so you can stand her up and everything like that. She comes with the feet or the legs of King Shark, which is pretty awesome. I can't wait to get all the pieces, and I'll do a review on him once that time comes and everything. And then of course she comes with her little card, has a little picture of Harley Quinn on it. It says Harley Quinn, the Suicide Squad, and then on the back, right, you have some detailing. I will actually just read it off. So it says source, the Suicide Squad film 2021. Harley Quinn, reincarnated for road rage in a bank, buys her freedom once more by joining the squad. This colorful, cheeky, cheerful, psychotic still has all her deadly dynamic moves, and the single and ready-to-mingle rogue is as eager as ever to show them off, much to Amanda Waller's dismay. But Harley, in her signature ladylike style, isn't afraid to manhandle anyone who comes her way. I love that. Cool. Reincarcerated, not reincarnated, my bad, guys. Reincarcerated for road rage. Okay, so I guess how she's caught and everything before this transpires is she kind of has a little bit of like a bank heist type of thing. Or maybe even like her ATM card wasn't working and she was just like, fuck this place, and bam. So we'll see, but I'm excited. Yeah, it's definitely the most anticipated movie, and I think it's only like 2.5 weeks away, so I'm excited, guys. Really, really hyped. Anything with Harley Quinn in is awesome, and honestly, the concept of Suicide Squad is just chef's kiss. So, yeah, so right. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. You know, I will be doing a review of all the characters. I do have Peacemaker, so expect a review of him next. I'll probably actually do it right after this. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Kev Collects. Peace.